Wow, is it ever wonderful to be outside and back into nature as we prepare and generate this springtime experience for the portal that is opening and will expand once again on the spring equinox. And every year that this passes, this gets stronger and stronger and stronger as we become deeper into the photonic band. The sunlight's beaming down upon me, and you can feel all of our seeds that we planted last fall coming into fruition as we expand into new cosmic horizons. I am the Cosmic Messenger, and this is the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge, where we explore everything multidimensional, everything metaphysical, and all things awakening, ascension, and upshifts. Can you feel it? I got two subjects I'd like to talk to you about today. Merkaba, what is it? How does that work? And I'd like to talk about getting high when having an ascension process without the use of any substances as we traditionally know it, psychotropics, psychedelics, hallucinogenics, etc. But first, just before we start, for anybody who's experiencing some DNA upshifts, I would like to share a very complex, masterful affirmation that I've been using to increase the properties of what's going on. So let's take a moment, breathe in this nature. You can hear the kids playing in the backdrop. Things are so green right now. I am reconnecting, mutating, assembling, recoding, upgrading, and integrating the full true spectrum of my organic and evolved DNA and new ascension templates. And I am always up to date with the newest templates, key codes, and ascension information. 2222 higher consciousness codes, pulsar equations, redistribution templates, new Gaia grid work, 9th dimensional and 12th dimensional collective and individual templates, galactic central sun, galactic core, cosmic sun, rainbow and diamond crystalline templates, plasma algorithms. And I accept the acceleration process now, one that has my highest good harmoniously protected and manifested. I am connected permanently to the cosmic internet, the Akashic records of myself, humans, humanoids, Earth, multi-Earth, galaxy, galaxies, universe, multiverse, and beyond. All right, Merkaba. So if you're walking around and you're experiencing a whole shift when it comes to how your energy field works, particularly in the avenues of gravity, polarities, and GPS effects, you're experiencing a whole new way of navigating and utilizing your body that is completely normal during this process. Your Merkaba is a star tetrahedron. So basically take two tetrahedrons, like a four-sided pyramid, lock them together, and that creates your first Merkaba. It is pointed outside on the sides, so it does expand on itself. That is an energetic light ship that's within inside of you. Once you consciously recognize it, it starts to show itself very slowly. Quantum moments happen, and it starts to spin more and more and more, depending on the work that you do. So if you're completely focused on it, think about it. Ka, Ba. Ka, emotional body, Egyptian. Ba, the spiritual body. This is your light ship that works with you. So at first, you'll feel a spinning going on inside of you. It's almost like the polarities on all four directions is starting to shift and change. Your body's getting used to these new algorithms as you shift and move. It's a lot of fun. Some moments can be very intense though. You feel like you're having vertigo when you're not standing up high. Or a wave and a pulsation effect will go down as you're moving and animating your body form. And that's a moment where it's beginning to kick in. Run with it, integrate with it. You may need to sleep more. You may find yourself attracted to certain foods during this time, or maybe certain metaphysical modalities that find you will just resonate with you more. It may kick in while you're doing some sound healing. If you're astral traveling, it's a protective ship. It is your etheric. I say the etheric double uses it as it's using astral planes. So if you're doing a fourth dimensional shift or something in the eighth dimension, you can use it to take you where you need to go. And it does operate with you physically down here on Earth, which you're on a mothership in your biosuit, right? Running around in your body form. So as you start to integrate Merkaba effects, you'll feel them a little bit, and then they'll grow, and you'll have more of it happening. You know, like your light body ascending is generally what you see it when you see it in a graphic or an image photo form. And then as you've integrated the full spin effect, what happens is it becomes a permanent operation. Then you baseline, and there's more. You get two of them, and the two of them interconnect, lock into place, and then it's almost like the infinity effect that you have, like think of a figure eight, around your body in a star tetrahedron. Type that up so you can get an image base of what it looks like. And then from there, the spin effect, like the first stage, will grow and you'll slowly get used to it a little bit more. The algorithms and the templates will get more bigger and more intense. They will slowly come more into your body. And what will happen after that point is once the figure eight becomes one whole, they will spin continuously and never stop. That is 24/7. And then you have new quantum effects that take place. So everything that you're manifesting, everything that you're working on, when you're going about your day-to-day activities, things are a lot more instantaneous. Now that's a good thing, because that's how it's supposed to run before we were knocked off track. But when everything's instantaneous, remember that now that you can have whatever you want, do you want it all the time? Because now you have so much stuff, especially when we're operating in a 3D department. How are you going about that business? So when you astral travel to another planet, you are using your Merkaba, your spaceship, to travel there. It's also the makeup of your energy body and a protective shield as well too. It changes multiple colors, though it is hypercolor, like a fully activated chakra set, holds and retains its original parameters, and then from there, when it's fully healed and aligned, it will constantly be hypercolor as they're all mixing and working together in different stages and in unison. So, we don't really have a name for it when we get to the third layer of the Merkaba, but when we get to that last stage, the two become, somebody coined it as an orbitron, which sounds so rad, right? It has a third level that it grows from, and that's when things get super dimensional. Cool. So if you're having any sort of spin effects, gravitational changes, or you're standing on your feet, you're like, whoa, that feels crazy, all of a sudden you get a hit of energy, that's your Merkaba working its magic into your field. Your pineal gland was communing with spirit the other day. Huge confirmation, has a rod that holds a huge portion of it in place. So when you activate your third eye and all those algorithms, you're also going there as well too. It's a whole shift. It's like the planet Earth inside of you in a star tetrahedron form. And you see crystals sometimes that are cut in those shapes, particular quartz. It's pretty fascinating. The second item that I wanted to talk to you about today was about what does it really mean when people say, well, I've ascended, I'm working on my awakening process, I'm upshifting, I am getting so high right now. Well, how does that work? What does that really mean? A lot of people take psychoactive drugs, psychedelics, ayahuascas, the mushrooms, the LSDs, the different cacti. They take it in different Blue Lotus, different forms when it comes into like teas and herbs to have different effects going on in that way. Now, the natural effect of the Ascension process is that there's no side effects, other than getting used to these increased energies and pattern clearing of a lot of the emotional and physical stuff that we've held inside that we did not want to work through, particularly timelines as well too. There's all sorts of clearing that takes place. Like if you have dis-ease in the body, that will pop up during these experiences. So what happens when you do these substances? You're opening up your perception centers. And for a moment, in quantum existence, you have all sorts of new, wild, fantastical openings happening, and that's where everything gets very psychedelic. The vision changes, your hearing becomes super attuned, colors, biomorph, and they become more luminescent and brighter. Now, if you do that on your own time, on a continuous basis, then you're constantly opening up those centers, activating in your body. So the idea is to do them more and more frequently so that you can constantly be in this continual state, a natural high. You go to a metaphysical offering, a modality. You can pick any one you want. Every time you go back, you're getting another dose of it. Are you opening up your perceptionary centers and thinking outside of the box, seeing through the patterns of mainstream society and how things truly work? That is another way of opening up your centers. Communing with nature and really, diving deep into it and hearing the frequencies, feeling the frequencies that it's presenting to you. When you notice synchronicities super consciously, or you dive into your subconscious realms, or you do some deep clearing with your inner child, all of that stuff sends more signals constantly going off. You do a little bit of sound healing work. You go to a gong bath. Yeah, you attend some, very mind-opening experiences. You let yourself completely lose yourself to dance. From very, music that stretches boundaries. That's another way of experiencing opening your centers. Channeling spirit and trusting yourself through your intuition. You get an ear tone, lights flash, golden rays come. You'll get those sparks of light sometimes. When you're a kid, you lay down, you look up at the sky when it's completely clear, and a lot of us see little pods moving. That's your first taste of universal life force energy. That's another moment of opening up your centers. And once you do this on a permanent committed basis, it's amazing how much the body feels like it's in a constant state of bliss. But there is moments where it gets super intense. And for ones that choose to pioneer this sort of thing, it is definitely not always a cakewalk. It can be extreme, especially in the dream world, as that opens up these centers. Because when we're sleeping, we're hyper awake. The physical body is taking a rest, but everything else is activated. And I mean, your physical body really isn't resting, because you wouldn't be around anymore when you wake up. You'd be leaving the body and passed away if you weren't continuously activated. But you're giving certain areas a rest and other ones to enable the regeneration process. Then dreamscape takes over. And if you're consciously working on that too as you sleep, it's amazing that you can continue this process when you sleep and when you awake, and the two worlds become one. So that's what it's like to continuously work on those centers. And we are living through the age of Aquarius, which I gotta constantly, throw that out there. This photonic band of light as we travel through Aquarius is massive in terms of the amount of waves and activities and signals that happen. And as more people awaken, that's shooting off all this energy into Gaia, which then sends ripples through the cosmos. So any opportunity you have, even if you're reading a book, as simple as that is, or finding some high vibrational food, that in itself opens up another center inside of you. We have so many connectors that have been laying dormant, and now they're being unearthed and investigated. So anytime you have a new shift going on in your life and you're wondering what the heck is going on, maybe you even have a visualization that takes you to some far-off land or your starseed home. These are the very makeups that continue to process to get us high. And the Merkaba that I was talking before, you can totally throw that into the mix. Our entire GPS magnetics are being completely shifted. And all the crystals are coming out of the earth. And all the wisdom in the medicines, from the essential oils to the plants, to the high vibrational food. These are the most wild and distorted, yet perfectly aligned magical times. So enjoy every bit of this medicine. Enjoy every bit of life as it presents itself to you. Every single thing has meaning. I'm about to dive in down the road into a special book of messages in the numbers, so I can't wait to start getting into that one and diving way deeper into the messages of the numbers as they pop up synchronistically in front of us all. There's way more adventures to come, and anybody who sees these videos and has any of their parts of their being that are open and receptive to this, thank you so very much. I bless you all in love and light, and may you be safe on all of your travels wherever you may roam. Peace, Sat Nam, Wahe Guru. Good day to you all.